a day late. It's Monday. But everyone has Mondays off. So, it gives me a little leeway. We'll put it that way. A little leeway. I give myself way too much leeway. Okay. So we're at week 6, I figured out. We have 11 weeks to go to your half marathon or marathon. And I was just going over these plans and I was doing some corporate coaching, and modifying it for this corporate team. And I just realized how complicated I made the plans. It's just I think my brain has come so far, that I'm so far removed from what's normal. Anyways, so let's talk about this week. Everyone except for one of you guys, intermediate half marathon, I believe, has a long run, quality long run. So at least some race pace or tempo pace, threshold pace in your long run. For most of you, except for advanced marathon, it's the first one. So once again, make sure you're ready for it. Have your course picked out, have your shoes ready, your gels ready, your fuel ready. Make sure you know when you're going to get that fuel. If that means that you ask a friend to be on the bike with you, if that means you ask someone to support you, if that means you're doing loops so you can go back to your car and grab the fuel and water or electrolytes, scratch, whatever you're putting in it, do that, because you don't want to F up your quality long run. You will be angry. So let's start with the first workout. Everyone except for one of you guys are not on the same schedule. There's a reason, but the reason is I don't remember right now. So most of you guys have a cut down, right? So it's actually a long recovery cut down. So it's like a 3 mile, 2 mile, 1 mile, 2 mile, 1.5 mile, 1 mile, 4 mile, 2 mile, 1 mile, something like that. There's 3 to 4 minutes, I think, in between all of you guys. So that means we're starting at threshold. So threshold is something you should be able to run for 45 minutes to 60 minutes. If you are in Boulder, don't make that be from your sea level PR. Don't extrapolate it from your sea level PR, because it's just going to be too fast. And because we're racing in Boulder, that also makes it extra clear that we don't have to do that. So something you can hold for 45 to 60 minutes. You don't have to make it so complicated. You don't have to overthink it. If it's not exactly right on the VDOT chart, then plus 15 seconds. Just terrain here is not flat. You're in the middle of a big build. Go with RPE6. Start easier. And stay easy if you have to today. But anyways, the first one's at that threshold pace. Take a long recovery. The next one, it should be 5 seconds faster. So that means that if you can't get any faster, you started too fast. Okay, so an exercise in learning today or this week, an exercise in understanding threshold. Okay, was that really my threshold if I really couldn't even hold it or couldn't even get any faster? No, probably not. Or maybe it's oh, I really need to do speed work if there's no variation from my threshold and I can't get any faster, So 5 seconds faster for that second interval, and then 5 seconds faster. So we're doing some sub-threshold today with that threshold. That means you really have to start out easy, especially at altitude. If you start out too fast, you're kind of screwed. You can't come back from it. It's really hard to come back from it. You can get away with it at sea level, but up here it's just you can't. So a little sub-threshold work. I don't like to make all of your threshold work, your tempo work, slogging. I don't like to make all of it long, 5-mile tempos, 10K tempos, long, where you can't really get that turnover, you can't really get that speed. especially up here at altitude. I kind of like a little bit of sub-threshold. I don't want to miss that stimulus. I think a lot of people do because we focus so much on this threshold. The threshold is important, and I think you do need to work on it. But I like some of the middle ground too. Kind of teaches you also, like, after running that threshold pace, maybe that's half marathon pace for you, maybe that's 10K pace for you, having to work harder after that is good race stimulus, because you guys are not going to be at, that you're not going to be, I don't know what's going on with that. Anyways, so that's the first workout. Take a lot of recovery. Take as much recovery as you need. Write it in your training log. Look at the paces. Learn from it. While you're out there, try to go more by feel. For the second long run, so advanced, you have 5, 5, 5, 5 again, but this time you're not marathon paced 5s are 60 seconds. They're not just easy in between. They're 60 seconds plus your marathon pace plus 60 seconds. All right. So that means that you're kind of practicing the start of a marathon where you get that 1 mile to warm up, do your drills, strides, and then you're starting marathon pace plus 60 seconds. Don't go any faster than that. If you have to slow that down, please do. I want you guys to finish strong. And then try to go right into marathon pace. Recover for that 5 miles. And then 5 miles marathon plus 60 seconds. 5 miles at marathon. All right. Let's go by effort, actually. Like, try to give yourself a pace range because that's a really hard workout. And I would say start the first 10 conservative, so easy. These are workouts, if you haven't done them in the past, they might take a couple to nail. So it's like, okay, if this training block, like, you don't nail those, maybe next block you will. Your body will be like, okay, I know what we're doing. I'm used to this. Go do it. Let's see. So, yeah. Boulder style Boulderthon half marathon. You have 4 miles easy, 3 miles at goal half, 4 miles easy, 3 mile at goal half. And then half marathon, you have the same 4-3, 4-3. But then you have 2, that's for you have a 2 mile cooldown, so there's a little bit more mileage in the advanced Boulderthon half. I'm rambling now. Advanced, we went over that. Intermediate Boulderthon marathon, you have 10 by 1 mile on, 1 mile off, basically. So odds are odd miles are easy, evens are marathon pace. So let's do everyone here, except for advanced, for that first, after your first easy miles, whether it's 3 miles, 1 mile, 4 miles, whatever, you're stopping, you're doing your dynamic stretches, your drills, your strides, you're changing your shoes into your fast shoes, you're getting a gel, you're getting some water, and then let's start the workout. Okay, so give yourself that chance to warm up. All right. Okay, and then intermediate Boulderthon, half marathon. You guys are the only ones. You're not doing a hard long run. You're doing 12 miles easy. You're doing a 4 mile threshold. So that means you guys have you're gonna start 1 mile at 10K pace, and then you're actually gonna get. So you're starting out hot. That's hot. And then you're going to go 2 miles at 10K pace plus 15 seconds per mile. You're slowing down, you're cruising, and then you're finishing the last mile at 5K pace, which is hard, okay? So that means slow down the middle 2 miles slower than 15 seconds, so that you can finish hard, okay? So we're kind of practicing race simulation here, right? You're gonna go out hard like 95% of the time, and then you're gonna back off, run smooth but strong, and then learn how much you can push to still finish very strong at the end. All right, that's kind of what we're practicing here. Okay, well, let's see. I think I talked for long enough. So have a great week of training.